Lonmin Happy Nkoma. He comes to us live from Pretoria. Happy, welcome to you. What is Lonmin's involvement in the commemoration tomorrow?
Thank you. The commemoration tomorrow is not a Lonmin event. It happens on Lonmin grounds, and that's about all the involvement that we have. What Lonmin has done, and I think one should look at it, is that for the whole week we have actually had commemorative prayer sessions with our workers at the shafts. They started on Monday and they ended today. We made sure that all our workers participated and got a chance to do so during and in between the work shifts. We involved members of the community, and we also, involved other outside councillors and pastors. Lonmin has felt that more than anything, this happens during the Women's Month, and the focus should therefore be on actually not forget that women actually bore the brunt of the effects of this violence. And true as well is that it's not just it wasn't just an August 15 event. It was an event that took a whole week, and beyond the week up to October, we're talking about 44 lives that were lost during this period in what was supposed to be a labor issue. And therefore we have commemorated and have been concentrating on all those people who lost their lives.
Happy, so you allowed miners to be involved in that commemoration today. You're not involved tomorrow, but are you allowing workers to take time off? There seems to be some confusion about that on the ground, and a lot of workers are telling our reporter on the ground that they want to be part of those official commemorations tomorrow.
Just like all the commemoration events that happened this week, those that are available and were in between their shifts were welcome to do so. Those that needed to work and wanted to clock their time could work. The same applies tomorrow. And those that feel that it is important for them to be at the event and not go to work, they are welcome to do so. But obviously it is related to their shifts. Do remember that we've just come back from a 6-month-long strike that has been very costly to the company and all of us. So everybody has to keep in mind that we've got to stay with and keep the fiduciary concerns. And that is why everything we've done this week and up to tomorrow, we have kept those considerations. So workers, it's official, they are welcome to go and attend the event, but obviously the no work, no pay still applies for those who are supposed to be at work.
Happy, tomorrow is the official anniversary. I'm surprised that is the stance, but will anyone from the mine, from Lonmin, be speaking, considering that at the Farm Commission we did see some anger towards Cyril Ramaphosa, towards Lonmin? Will it be attending that event tomorrow?
You should define official. As far as Lonmin is concerned, what has been official is what happened between Monday and Friday, and I think everybody can't expect blood to come out of Lonmin beyond what we can do. We are a business. We have suffered heavily during the strike, but we took this whole week to take time off during working hours to actually pay workers to come and still remember their comrades. I don't think more than that can be expected. What is happening tomorrow is a community event. It is not an official event, therefore you can't call it official. So the community is the one that is commemorating tomorrow, and we are leaving it up to the community.
All right. You did talk about the women who bore the brunt, and I remember after this, Lonmin said it would, if I remember correctly, be involved in compensating some of the widows. How has that gone? What has been done? And has enough been done from Lonmin's side?
Well, enough would be difficult, because the first enough would be to raise those men, those husbands and wives who died. Unfortunately, that cannot happen, so we cannot talk about enough. But we have done what is possible within the circumstances. We have made sure that all the siblings and the children of those that lost their lives are at school. Those that schools were very far from them are in boarding schools. Their uniforms are being paid for. The school fields are being paid for. We have set up a trust fund and a committee that makes sure that on a periodic basis they review how the schooling is going for all those children. We have committed those children are going to be put to school right up to their degrees at university or tertiary. That has been going on. On top of that, we have made sure that funds are available based on the pensions and whatever had been allocated by their parents and guardians. And from that fund, they've actually been withdrawing their living allowances or whatever they would like to do about that. That is also ongoing, overseen by the relevant committees. On top of that, what we have actually committed to, and we are in the process of doing it, some of them are going through it already, we know that they lost breadwinners and family members who were earning a living for them. We have actually gone to the families and said they should provide one member of the family who may be employed in the place of that person. A place and a job will be found for them at Lonmin. We have done that as well. And so it may not be enough, but that is actually what we can do within our powers.
Happy, 2 years on, have has anything fundamentally changed? Firstly, attitudes from the mining companies. I think there has been a lot of regret about what's happened in the mining industry in the past, and a need for redress. Is there more impetus around that? And what about relations with workers? I spoke to the CEO of Amplats recently. He was saying that we want to take workers back from this very militant union, and you yourselves also speaking directly to workers during the recent strike. Has there been any shift in those relationships?
Okay, we do not want to take workers from any union, whether militant or not, no matter how defined. But we are emphasizing the fact that, I mean, if you look at it today, after those workers had died, it is up to, it's not the union, it's not the community, it's not a political party. It is Lonmin, the employer, that is expected to look after the widows, to look after the children. So they are actually our responsibility and nobody else's. So we want to keep that clear and want to make that line of communication clear. And that responsibility, it goes both ways. We must talk to them when things are fine. We must talk to them when there's a dispute. We must talk to them when there are problems. So yes, as Lonmin, we have committed that we will engage our workers and make sure we will relate to their unions or any structure they choose to use to support them. But we want to make it clear that we are keeping the lines of communication between ourselves and our workers open, and that is why even looking at these commemorations, we were doing them specifically for the workers to make sure that the workers are party to them. The workers were leading them. The female workers in the company are the ones that were leading what's going on. Talking about changes and what has been done about since then, take for instance today, one of the things that we did was the Bapapamokhale, who are actually the owners of the land where all this happened, own the area around Vodacop, or they are the leadership around there. We were with them today. We switched on the high mast lights that we promised after the massacre, or after these events, that we need better lighting in the area because crime was one of the other contributing factors that more people died than those that are spoken about on that day of the 15th of August.
Happy,
so
I'm going to stop you there because we're running out of time, but thank you very much for your time, and I think you've really laid out that there could possibly be a shift. That was Lonmin's Happy and Nkomo.